Welcome to your lesson on how to compile your strategy. Welcome to your lesson on how to compile your strategies. Now, a strategy simply is you knowing when to enter the market at a specific point and exit the market at a specific point. And also knowing when it has gone wrong and when you need to exit the market and accept a loss. Now, these are the three major points of a strategy. But in order to find a strategy, you need to find consistency in the market, which requires you to study your currency pair. For example, if you are trading triangles on USD CHF, that is a strategy on its own. So in order for you to gain confidence, you need to know how USD CHF breaks out of its triangles. So you're going to plot your triangle using your first 2 points. So there's my first 2 points of resistance, my first 2 points of support. This is me being honest with myself. If I had joined this line or my resistance line to that shadow, that would have been a lie. So you want to make sure that you use your first 2 points so that you know clearly, okay, this is where I would have gotten into the market. And then once you have your base, you want to then make sure that you indicate on your picture how much it broke out by. So when you are looking at the market, you need to read the candlesticks. So if you see that it has broken out of your triangle, you probably would have been triggered and taken back down and taken into a negative. And then you would have gone back up. At this point too, here is my triangle. Inside my triangle, I can clearly see that I've also got a double bottom. But we are going to focus on the triangle because this is what we see right now. So from my first 2 points, from there to there, is 319 points. When price breaks out, it breaks out by 203, and this is just over 50%. Look at my green ellipse. I can clearly see that in this picture, I was in a negative. So I know to expect to be in a negative when I am trading USD CHF's triangles. But the way I know is because there are a lot of places. Can you see here? I was in a negative 2. There I was in a negative. And only by constantly seeing, okay, I would have been in a negative and highlighting that you would have been in a negative, do you then come to the conclusion that when I am trading this currency pair, it breaking back into the triangle after it has broken out is something that it commonly does. But I should relax because even though it breaks out and then breaks back in, eventually it takes my 50% because it has done so on all occasions. And that is how you build confidence. Remember, 95% of Forex trading is emotional. So you need to be confident. You need to know your currency pair and your strategy so well that the minute you are tested, you know exactly what is going on. So when it goes into a negative, instead of going into a panic and closing your trade because now you're not too sure why it's in a negative, oh no, this might not work out. No, you've seen it happen before. You know what to expect. So you are calm in that situation. USD CHF is just doing what it usually does. I have seen this happen a million times on all the pictures that I have seen. On all the triangles I have found on this currency pair, I can clearly see that it constantly does this. So I need to expect it. When you expect it, It takes you out of that state of fear. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose money now. No, you're not afraid because you know it's going to happen. Okay, it's playing around right now. Let it go. It'll carry on and do what it needs to do. And that's how you build your confidence. Because remember, Forex trading is about finding confidence in what you are doing. But the most important thing is that you follow the rules and be honest with yourself while you are studying your currency pair. And you want to get as many triangles or examples of how triangles break out as possible. But what's important too is that you check how they fail. Now, for example, here's my double tops for my double top pattern. Notice how I have got a double top here. It clearly is a double top. There's no way that this could not have been a double top. But then it failed, and then it turned into a double bottom. Now, by me seeing, okay, this thing failed, but then it turned into a double bottom and it went in the opposite direction, and me constantly seeing how this pattern fails, it also creates a sense of certainty inside me and a sense of fearlessness. Why? Because now that my pattern has failed, I know that I can close my trade because it has passed the two tops, and it will continue to fulfill the double bottoms pattern. And when it does continue to fulfill that, I will make what I have lost in this case back, because I will close this trade and enter another one with double the lot size, as we spoke about in your double top and double bottom lesson. It is so important for you to know when your patterns have failed so that you can take advantage of them. Other traders would have just accepted the fail and said, okay, I'm out. No, because you know how this works, you can make the money that you have lost back. So you want to get as many of these pictures as possible for yourself to analyze them. So you want to go through them and just get a gauge of how this currency pair works with each pattern. And write this stuff down. So let's go through that. So triangles on Euro USD. What are my observations? So notes. I am often in a negative when price first breaks out of my triangle. Okay, and then you need entry points. Entry. Once price breaks out of triangle, exit with profit. Once price has reached 50% of my base, exit with loss. Once price breaks back through my triangle in the opposite direction. Notice how if price does have to break up and not take your 50%, and it breaks out it breaks up and then it breaks down, Notice if it is breaking up and down, that is how it breaks out of this triangle. With this currency pair, the sentiment of it'll trigger you to the top side, go down, and then come back up again does not work. You do not find that on this currency pair. So that would be your exit point. If price has to go and break down on the opposite direction, we know we have changed direction and we are not coming back. Okay, so now this is standard breakout. Now, how does this pattern fail? Is there any way you can make or take advantage of how this pattern fails? Finding opportunity in failure. You can highlight that or underline it. So how does this pattern fail? Once it breaks down through the breaks out through the opposite direction, you can close your trade because you know that it's definitely now going in the opposite direction, and open new trade with double the lot size to get my money back and some profit, if possible. Right, finding opportunity in failure. Now, this is your strategy. You know how you are going to deal with your triangles when they break out of the market. You know how you're going to take advantage of the opportunity because you have studied this currency pair. So you need to get as many examples of what a triangle looks like breaking out as possible, so that you can then use the information to come to these conclusions, so that you then build the confidence that you need to move forward. So that when you see negatives, you know exactly what you need to do. Instead of being afraid of making a loss, you embrace it and say, okay, I am in a loss. What is my next best step according to my pattern? And you just keep doing this until you get it right. So you just want to apply this to every single item on USD CHF. You want to do it for double tops, you want to do it for triangles, head and shoulders patterns, all of it. You want to find how the patterns break out, find the opportunity in failure, and then find the standard breakout procedure. Okay, so this is all for how to create your pattern or compile your strategy. Okay, so that is all for how to compile your strategy. Let's move on to the next class.